What's up guys, welcome back once again to do reviews. Today I've got another fan review for you, and this one is sent to me from InWin. Thank you to them for sending this over. Well, I say sent to me, it came with my case and with the cooler they sent me, but I suppose technically they sent it. And I thought whilst I've got them, you can buy them separately, so why not do a review of these and see how well they perform. So as they come with the cooler I've got, the NR36, then you will be getting sort of results of their static pressure capability and also their airflow capability as well. And I can compare it against some other fans I've tested recently, which will be the Antec Storms, just so you've got an idea of how well they perform, because they're a similar sort of price and they're like a high performance fan, so you'll see how well they perform. So let's get into it. I'll show you the fan itself, we'll get it installed, and then I'll show you how they look once they're installed, and I'll give you some performance figures at the end. So this is the Lunar fan itself. I don't have the box here at the moment. It did come with one because they came with the case, but they were in a box. So I don't have the box to show you, but I'll just have the specs on it, but I'll talk you through them anyway before we actually have a look at the fan. So these come in a single or triple pack, standard 120mm size, 120 by 120 by 25. They are up to 1800 RPM, plus or minus 10%. They have an airflow of up to 82 CFM, which is really high, and an air pressure of 2.31, so should be decent for radiators as well. And they are obviously RGB addressable and PWM. So just have a quick look at the fan itself. As you can tell from the design of it, it is hub lit, so it's lit inside here. You can't, the LEDs you might be able to see on the camera, you can just see just under there. So they're lit from underneath through the hub, and they'll go through the blades. So you can, the lights will transfer through there. Overall quality of them is very good. They're very solidly built. They are quite light, so they might be using a cheaper sort of plastic. They're not heavy like the sort of Be Quiet light wings. They weigh an absolute ton for a fan. But these, the quality of them is still there. There's no problem with the quality at all. There's very minimal hub wobble. There is a little bit. There is with most fans, as I've said in previous fan videos. You've got anti-vibration mounts on all four corners. One thing I will say that I didn't particularly like about these is you had to put these in yourself. They weren't already installed. You got some sticky pads to put them in, but that's a minor flaw. On the side, obviously you've got arrows to show you which way the airflow goes, and InWin branding on there, and that's about it for that. And then obviously on the back you've got a pretty much standard, the cage there to hold the motor in place, and obviously the branding Lunar on there. And that's about it. Obviously, as you can see, these ones don't have vibration mounts on the other side because I haven't installed them on the side. I just installed them on the front because they were going in the front of the case. So that's the way I installed these. And then, like I say, they are standard 3-pin 5-volt ARGB connections with pass-through, so you can daisy chain them together for the RGB, and with PWM, standard 4-pin PWM connections, again with daisy chain, so you can pass that through as well. So that's the fan itself, really good quality. Let's get it installed. Well, it is already installed, and I'll show you what it looks like, do a bit of B-roll, and we'll talk about how they perform. Right, so obviously they're installed, you've seen what they look like. ARGB looks absolutely fantastic on them. They look really, really good, really nice. Slight sort of wobble on where the sticker's not on correctly. I'm just having a quick look. Yeah, there's a slight bit where the sticker's not on properly in the middle, but it's not a massive issue. But yeah, like I say, in terms of the RGB effect, they look fantastic. The light shines through really nicely through the blades. Can't fault them at all in terms of the aesthetics of them. Look really good, and like I say, they're all daisy chainable, which makes cable management a little bit easier, although there is obviously still going to be quite a lot of cables. So let's talk about the performance. I've just done a Cinebench run on this. So obviously they're on the radiator as well already, and they're on the front of the case when this testing was done. So you've got a sort of an idea of airflow and cooling potential. I will mention that the fans I'm comparing them to at the same time when I tested those, I was testing those for airflow. These Lunar fans were still on the cooler as well. So both tests were using Lunars on the cooler rather than the other fan, and they were just tested for airflow purposes. But in terms of the performance, idle at 30 degrees on both fans, so the Storms and these Lunars. At 100%, it was 70 degrees again on both fans. They both match each other. And then on 50% fan speed, 72 degrees on the Lunars and 73 on the Storms, so they beat them a little bit. However, it was a little bit warmer in here when I did the Storms, so there is probably pretty much identical. Other than that, I did some sound testing with them to see how loud they were. I did just use a mobile phone app, so then it's not the most accurate, but it will give you an idea. So at 100% of the fan curve, it's 38 decibels, so they are a little bit louder than the Storms, which were at 37, and at 50% they were at 22, again a little bit louder than the Storms, which were at 20. So in terms of performance, they are great for the cooler itself. For static pressure, they work really well on the NR36, which is obviously why InWin have paired them with that cooler. And for airflow, they do a great job too, and they look amazing as well. I really like the look of them. Decent, really decent sort of diffusion of the lights. Look really nice, and yeah, absolutely great. Can't fault them in terms of that. Any sort of problems with them? No, not really. I mentioned it before. Obviously, they are daisy chainable, but you're still going to get a lot of cables, but that's the same with all RGB fans. And I mentioned the sticker sort of out of line on the hub, which looks like it's wobbling a little bit, but it's not. It's just a sticker. And my other complaint would be the anti-vibration mounts. You have to install them yourself, which is not a big deal. It takes a couple of minutes, but it is, compared to other fans which already have them installed, it can be a little bit annoying. But like I say, they perform really well. They look really good. So if you're looking at some nice ARGB fans, and the price is around £30 to £35 for a pack of 3. So they are reasonably cheap as well. If you're looking for a cheap ARGB fan that still performs really well, then definitely go and take a look at these. And that's it, guys, really. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, as I say with all my videos. And if you want to leave any comments in the comment section, then please do let me know what you think, or give me any of your thoughts, or whatever you want to say about them, or if you want any questions about them, then please let me know. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.